Hi, I'm Denise, and it's great to have you back at Inside the Mind Meditations for Part 26, Stage 2 on Self-Realization and Actualization, and also Dispersing Energies. If you're new, it's strongly advisable to begin at least with podcast number 2 and work your way up to this point so that you can keep up. The link to the Inside the Mind Meditations library is in the notes below the podcast for your convenience. And believe it or not, just as we grow and get stronger with working out, we do the same with meditation. So it's important to continually challenge ourselves to reach new heights. And before we begin, just a reminder to not operate heavy machinery or drive while meditating. So to begin with today, I'd like to say that we believe we are aware until we become aware that we are not aware. And once we realize we are not aware, we are generally motivated to work on that. And what do we work on? Our consciousness, so that we may change our habitual programmed natures to something much better. The first course of action to change is to become aware, then realization, then actualization. And we do this by working through the first three bodies, the physical, emotional, and mental, while becoming aware of the programming we hold within, and also by realizing the source and our own responsibility within it, then actualizing by dispersing and reprogramming self. And that seems like a lot of work, but it is actually less work than unconsciously retaining a constant ingrained pre-programmed habit we continually resist, which actually only further erodes our spirit until nothing is left of ourselves except the program which stole our lives. And until we realize what is going on within and what is it reinforced from the outside in, then everything we choose, we really have no free will in doing that. And furthermore, we cannot wash away anything that we are not aware of, have not balanced or dispersed. And such as it is what we do in the mental body, we do in the emotional body and the physical body as well. We only gain awareness through non-judgmental witnessing mind, where we can also gain self-realization of what we are actually doing, and we only make change by recognizing the energies and dispersing those energies. And when we are free of old programming, we are then able to create new programs and therefore experience free will. But we must continually work on that because nothing comes without effort. Similarly, the old Chinese proverb says the cup must be emptied before it is filled. And when we look inside and discover we don't like what the cup is filled with, it's time to empty it. And we don't do this through control or force, otherwise known as willpower. We do it by realizing it must be emptied to contain something new. And we do this through the witnessing mind, which only observes and allows events to come and go without influence or being influenced by them. Meditators must gain this command of self and engage it for some period of time. And this is an accomplishment in of itself, and it is only the beginning for some. When we arrive there, we may feel every cell of the body rejoicing as we meditate. And this feels like a subtle vibration as we become aware of our energetic bodies and the Jing within and the Qi as well later, and then also the Shen. And as we move into the mind stream of consciousness later, this vibration can be felt initially in the second and third bodies, and then it expands ever more as we expand. And this cannot be forced, and it cannot be willed. Rather, when we become more deeply aware, we notice what has always been there. And as we move into mind stream, we move beyond the witnessing mind to the awareness of consciousness itself. And like the preceding minds, first monkey mind, then witnessing mind, then motion mind, all becomes mind stream, just as one became the other before. And in mind stream, we are consciously aware of consciousness, which actually exists in all of us. But for most of us, monkey mind blocks all, and if not monkey, then judgment. And thus we cannot find it because we have never sought it or given full attention to it or had the space to find it. And until we experience it, we do not know it is there. And as you move ever more into mind stream of consciousness, things which were not noticeable at all before become very obvious. Some may want to call you psychic or other things. Some get lost and stay there. However, if you don't become lost and stagnant in the power of psychic abilities, you have the opportunity to reach the next level, which, like mind stream, was hidden before. And to get there, we must apply inner dissolving method of dispersing frozen physical, emotional, and mental energies while gaining command of self. Along the way, not only do we correct ourselves, but we discover there are gaps between being lost in the active world and our minds as we panic over the mind's content and all else, and this higher conscious awareness which we have gained. So there is much to work on still between awareness, self-realization, and self-actualization through the witnessing mind as we work still toward mind stream. And as we work toward that empty headspace and continuously release our mental, emotional, psychic, and karmic tensions through the vessel of the body, we enter a space of peace and clarity where all our inner tensions have disappeared because we no longer try to influence and are not influenced with outer energies. And this space penetrates to the core of our being, as does all else. Only when we clear the garbage held within and without can we find it. And like everything else we've done, these moments of peace come and go, but each moment of stillness takes us closer home to the place we experience true life through true mind. And just as before, this clarity comes from the new qualities of our mind stream through following and dissolving all that is not true and all that does not flow within. And when we arrive at mind stream, we arrive at speaking level of life, where all is able to be transformed and new awarenesses arise. And just as we learn to speak in physical life, we learn to speak again in a new way. And these moments connect us to all. Some may say God, others the Creator. Regardless, all is the essence of life, which you felt when your body first began to vibrate. And as we enter that awareness, first we experience these sensations through other senses in the emotional body, through the point of heart in which our soul was born, opens and grows through the witnessing mind. Later we witness it not only in the physical body, but the emotional and mental bodies in the space we call the aura, and later still through all the bodies until we reach the emptiness of the casual body, where true transformation takes place. And there is nothing greater than this. So I'm really glad you're here with us today. And as we begin meditation, please lie flat on your back with your spine straight, hands beside the hips with palms turned up, and allow your eyes to rest comfortably as you settle in and make any last-minute adjustments for physical comfort. And now become aware of your points of contact on your body as a whole. And once settled, allow your mind to wander. Observe your thoughts and feelings without judgment, while remaining aware of the body. And notice the feelings these thoughts create in the body. Pleasant, not pleasant, or neutral. And as you become aware of how these thoughts and feelings feel in the body, notice where they are attached to. And if a particular thought or feeling persists, label it with one word and then determine if it is a shared or unique experience, and return to the focus on the overview of the body while allowing your mind to wander. And as you notice the energy these thoughts and feelings create within the body, also notice the areas of the body that are in complete comfort and not attached to any thought, feeling, or emotion. And opening your eyes softly, return your focus to your room. Observe the surroundings. And notice the objects within. And any sounds. And as you become aware of your surroundings, begin deep circular breathing at 100% capacity for 10 breaths, with each inhale counting as one breath and each exhale counting as the next, and so on until you reach 10 breaths and begin again. Inhale through the nose, filling the entire stomach, and then expand the breath into the chest, counting the inhale as one breath, and exhale through the mouth, allowing the body to collapse as the breath leaves the body as a second breath, and so on until you reach 10, and then begin again. And with the next breath, allow your breath to return to normal. Close your eyes and look up and out through your third eye, activating the pituitary gland by crossing your eyes comfortably as you look out into the distance. And staying focused on the third eye, allow the body to breathe naturally while remaining aware of the body and breath, but comfortably retaining focus on the third eye. And while keeping focus on the third eye, become aware of the energetic field of the body. And now, while lying on your back, let's activate our chi by rubbing the palms of the hands together. At the same time, we rub the soles of the feet together, creating enough heat to activate all 2,000 nerve endings throughout the entire body. And having done that, please sit with the spine straight and move into prayer pose with 5 pounds of pressure as you press the palms of your hands together, and another 5 as you press the sides of the thumbs into the breastbone, fingers together and angled out from the body at 60 degrees. And activate your thyroid now by closing the eyes 9/10 of the way and looking at the tip of your nose, again crossing your eyes comfortably. And now we will tune in into the divine wisdom with the mantra Ong Namo Guru Dev Namo. Om Namo Guru Dev Namo. Om Namo Guru Dev Namo. Om Namo Guru Dev Namo. And now, while still in prayer pose and while still activating the thyroid, set your intention through great sincere feeling from your heart. And as you set your intention, I want you to feel all the love you have in your heart for those you ask for and also for yourself. And then begin with, I ask whatever for myself and for whomever else, and also for the entire universe. And then feel your intention deeply within your heart. And let's begin. And now, while still in prayer pose, and while still keeping the thyroid activated, let's conclude with the protection prayer, which is always wise as we further meditation. And that mantra is Actualization, Jagot, Saat, Cidy, Gudray, Daveigh, Nameh. Actualization, Jagot, Saat, Cidy, Gudray, Daveigh, Nameh. Actualization, Jagot, Cidy, Gudray, Daveigh, Nameh. And now give great gratitude through great feeling from the heart. And while still holding that gratitude in your heart, lie down again with your spine straight and feel the body settle in, placing your hands in a comfortable position. And moving to 70% capacity, let's begin internal breathing. And please softly close your eyes and place the tip of your tongue on the roof of your mouth at the hard palate, located right behind the teeth, in a very relaxed manner. And relax all the muscles in your face. And starting with at least 2 breaths for each stage of awareness, begin by feeling the breath as though it moves through a tube through the center of the body, starting by becoming aware of the first stage of the breath as the breath moves from the tip of the nose and over the nose hairs through the nose, and then as the breath passes out again through the nose. Becoming progressively aware of the breath in stages. Follow the breath from the tip of your nose to the back of your throat and then out again. And now follow the breath from the tip of the nose to the back of the throat and into the lungs without expanding the chest and keeping the breath at 70%. And following the same pattern from the throat to the nose, from the nose to the throat to the lungs, follow the breath now into the solar plexus. And this time, follow the breath from the tip of the nose, through the nose, to the back of the throat, the lungs, solar plexus, and into the navel, and out again through the nose. And following the breath from the tip of the nose, throat, lungs, solar plexus, navel, follow the breath now into the second chakra, located between the navel and the crest of the pelvis. And continue breathing in and out with the tip of the tongue on the hard palate, face relaxed, body relaxed, inhaling through the nose at 70% and following breath through the body from the tip of the nose to the second chakra, and then exhale again through the nose at 70%. And do this for 10 breaths with each inhale and each exhale, counting as one full breath. And when you have reached 10 full breaths, begin again. And staying relaxed with tongue in position, now we will begin tri-breath at 70%, with each 3 breaths counting as one. Count inhale, exhale, inhale as first breath, exhale, inhale, exhale as the second breath, and so on until you reach 10, and then begin again. However, if you lose count with tri-breath, begin again at 1. And now move to quad breath, or 4 breaths as one, and continue at 70% capacity, with each set of 2 inhales and 2 exhales counting as 1, then the next set as 2, and so on. So it is like inhale, exhale, as first breath, and the same for second breath, and so on, until you reach 10, and then begin again. And if you lose count, start again at 1. And at some point, please know you'll be able to count all these breaths in all these different ways with one single number and no effort at all. But do what you can now in whatever way you can. And now we will move to 5 breaths. And keeping face and body relaxed with the tip of the tongue on the hard palate, move to 5 breaths, or 5 breaths as one, and count at 70% capacity with inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale as the first breath, and exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale as the second breath, and so on until you reach 10. And it's a little bit easier if you remember that odd numbers begin with and end with the inhale, while even numbers begin and end with the exhale. And if you lose count, begin at 1 again until you reach 10, and then return to soft breath, where there is no gap between inhale and exhale, but no effort to maintain any capacity. And regardless of where you are, with next breath, move to natural breath. Breathe in and out through the nose, placing your hands over the pelvic region or on the belly, wherever you can most comfortably feel the rise and fall of the breath. And now turn your attention to the body, and without judgment, observe. Does the body feel heavy or light, tense or at ease? And feel the weight of the body as it sinks onto the surface you are lying on, observing the points of contact for the head, shoulders, back, hips, arms and hands, and legs and feet. And feel your body settle in comfortably, noticing the breath has returned to normal. And now turn the attention to the body, letting the points that want attention guide you. Notice areas of discomfort as you feel the body deeply within as a whole. And if there are no areas of discomfort, simply stay focused on the energy field of your body. Feel it all the way from the core through the outside of the body, and then as it extends outwards and away from the body while passing through it. And don't worry if you cannot feel this energy yet. For some, they can do it right away, others it takes years. But as long as the intention is there, it will happen. So regardless, just stay focused on the core of the body through deep feeling and breathe naturally. And as sometimes arises through deep feelings, if you notice a frozen area of energy, then move into dissolving and dispersing that area. And as you notice the areas of discomfort in the body, realize they are just stagnant, frozen energy manifesting in form within the body. And now I want you to focus your attention on those areas, or only one if that's all you're able to do. But I want you to focus on them through great feeling. Do not visualize the areas. Simply feel them with great love for your body's miraculous ability to heal. And as you feel them, stay focused on the areas until they dissipate and melt from ice to water in the warmth of your love. And as you feel the frozen areas of energy turn to water, allow yourself to feel that water begin to sizzle, boil, and turn to steam as you feel it dissipate and leave the body in this way. And stay focused on the feeling of the energy as it leaves and moves fully 2 feet out from the body where it can dissipate. And if one area calls for attention most, give your attention to that area and then move to each area that calls next. And if there are no areas of physical tension within the body, then allow that to happen with any negative feelings or thoughts you may have. Feel where they are attached to you in the body and allow them to melt as ice from the outside in. Turn to water, sizzle, boil, turn to steam, dissipate, and leave the body. And if you have nothing to work on, just stay focused on the body and the energy field of the body and feel it expand fully above, below, and to all sides of you, anywhere from 2 to 10 feet. Whatever you can feel it. Do not force it or visualize it. And if you drift away, return to the focus of whatever you were working on. And do not worry for drifting off. As much, if not more, happens in space than it does in solidity. If thoughts interrupted you, feel where they are attached to and dissipate that energy if the area is frozen. And as you scan, dissolve, release, and dissipate frozen energy, or just remain aware of the energy field of the body, become aware of the balance of the third eye, breath, and body, and allow the energy to disperse through feeling as steam as the energy leaves the body. Make sure the head is straight and not turned slightly to one side or another. Once one area disperses, move to the next. If nothing, stay focused on the body and its energy and feel it as far as you're able. Do not visualize, just feel. Do not hold expectations of what it should feel like or how far it should move out. Just remain aware. And now, while remaining aware of the third eye, breath and body, allow the aura to expand through feeling the body's energy, while keeping a balance between the third eye, breath and body. Allow all that is not needed to disperse from the bodies of the aura, while retaining what is needed. And do this through feeling. Make sure the spine is straight and the head not turned to one side or the other, so that you don't leak or block vital energy. And now let's do a full body scan through feeling deeply within, but without visualization. And start the scan as we've learned, just making note now, comfort or discomfort. And begin the scan at the top of the head and scan deeply within. Now the eyes, brow line, and ears. Nose, cheeks, feeling all the way to the inside. Mouth and jaw. Neck, shoulders, front and back. Upper arms to elbows. Lower arms to wrists. Hands and fingers. Top of the chest, front and back. midsection, tummy and hips, legs to knees, lower legs to ankles, feet and toes. And if you were not finished dispersing energies, stay now and finish them. Otherwise, while keeping focus on the natural breath and remaining aware of the body and the third eye, please allow the mind its freedom to do as it will. Simply observe it. And remember your parameta, meditation and active living. Before rising, get into the body and your space, as you do when concluding meditation. Try to hold parameta for as long as you can. 5 to 10 seconds upon rising is a good start. Also try to remember all on your own to do it during the day. Be aware of challenging situations before you move into them. Learn to keep your mouth shut and only listen unless you have useful words to give. Do not speak if you feel challenged. The goal is to not influence or be influenced. Observe yourself if you can do nothing else. Just as well, use parameta with those you love and the things you love to do so that you gain more joy and understanding. And also use parameta to disperse frozen energies as you feel them come on throughout the day. And remember, as you observe yourself and others without judgment, to recognize thoughts or feelings, pleasant, not pleasant, or neutral. Label reoccurring thoughts with one word and note if they are a shared experience or a unique experience. At the end of the day, do a quick overview to see how well you did. Don't worry, this is a challenge that offers much growth within and also with others, improving all as we become better with practice. Now you may choose to go to sleep or be on with your day. And if you wish to go to sleep, if you are able, please comfortably turn your head or body to the right and drift off to the sound of my voice after giving gratitude for the day, tomorrow, and all week long. And if you wish to rise, please turn your head or body slightly to the left and become aware of your body, your fingers and toes, hands and feet, arms and legs, tummy and torso, shoulders and back, neck, face and head, and finally your body as a whole. And observe, does the body feel heavy or light, tense or at ease? And now recognize your points of contact and become aware of the sounds around you. Open your eyes and become aware of your surroundings, the things you see and hear. And after giving great gratitude for the day, tomorrow, and all week long, while holding the feeling of joy in your heart, you may rise when you are ready. And it was great to see you again. If you were able to keep up fully and experience the meditation, please move forward. Otherwise, drop back to the podcasts The beginning ones preferably 2, and gain the experience you need through experience. Keep in mind, every Thursday or Friday we post a new meditation, and please check back with us and feel free to like and subscribe our channel. If you press the bell on your subscription button, you'll receive notices in your channel found at the bell. As well, your comments are always appreciated, and check out our suggested links in our Facebook page. So, again, great to have you with us, and good day or night. See you again soon.